Bruises, fractures, unimaginable abuse. That's what Jacksonville police say 22-month-old Zamora Foe suffered before she was taken to the hospital in critical condition last week.
What happened to this beautiful baby is so disturbing. It makes my heart hurt thinking about the things she had to endure before she even turned 2. I mean, bloody diapers were found near this baby's bed. I won't say more until I warn you that viewer discretion is advised. Hello, my name is Holly. Welcome to the Murder She Shed, the place we discuss rarely told true crime right from my little she shed. Now, smash that subscribe button, like button, so we can spread child abuse awareness to others on this platform. This little girl needs justice for the evil that was done to her. So by watching and spreading her story to others, perhaps it will help Zamora's Grammy receive justice for her. As a Grammy myself, I would want justice. And I pray that they receive justice for this evil things that happened to this little baby. I have a little granddaughter that hasn't turned 1 yet, but I'm not going to say what I would do to somebody that did this to my little granddaughter that happened to this little girl. It's just disgusting and disturbing, and it angers me so much. I'm going to say this story triggered me. It triggered me, and later I'm going to why it triggered me so much. On September 10th, 2024, the Sheriff's Office responded to a call about a medical emergency involving a young child at a home on Torres Circle in southwest Jacksonville, Florida. The child was 22-month-old Zamora Foe. Her mother, ZAYLA Goodwin, said she was awoken from sleep by her boyfriend, Nathaniel Davis, yelling. She ran to the hallway where she saw Nathaniel performing CPR to her daughter. She then allegedly asked her boyfriend, "What happened to Zamora?" Nathaniel responded he found Ms. Zamora face down and unresponsive on the mattress near their bed. He then carried her to the bathtub where he tried to awake Zamora by running water on her. I never understand. It seems like almost every case we do, for some reason, they try to run water on the dying child. And I never get that. Only thing I can figure out is they think they're unconscious and it wake them up. He then later in the hallway to begin performing CPR. ZAYLA then went and called 911. By the time officers arrived at the home, Zamora was in a life-threatening condition and it appeared she had multiple injuries all over her little body. While at the hospital, it would be discovered this baby had been basically tortured. Zamora had a brain bleed, a broken left arm, fractures to both legs, vaginal and anal trauma, ligature marks around her neck, and bruising and scratching to her entire body. Inside of her diaper, blood and pubic hair were found. What monsters. And that includes the mother. Both of them just pure monsters. A toxicology screening revealed this baby had meth and amphetamines in her system. The ME found ZAYLA died from blunt force trauma to her head. It appears that ZAYLA and Nathaniel had been living at this home with another couple. After authorities were able to get a search warrant, they found some very disturbing evidence of what they might have done to this little girl and what occurred inside this home. During the search, detectives located multiple bandages with blood, bloody blankets next to Zamora's bed, and bloody diapers in the trash. Detectives also observed multiple cellular devices in the residence, as well as marijuana and narcotics paraphernalia. A second search revealed more cellular devices, a pipe apparently used to smoke the meth, and a substance that appeared to be meth, along with a marijuana grinder. It appears 5 days before 911 was called for Zamora that ZAYLA, Nathaniel, and Zamora had moved into this home with a woman named Madeline Pass and her boyfriend Robert Owens. I've heard that Madeline Pass was ZAYLA's 75-year-old grandma. When they had moved in, Madeline had noticed bruising on Zamora's body and asked her mother what had happened to her. ZAYLA told Madeline that before they had moved, that Zamora had fallen in the bathtub of their old home. Here we go with the bathtub again. Madeline also noticed that Zamora could not seem to walk even though she was almost 2 years old. When ZAYLA was interviewed, she said Nathaniel had allegedly been giving Zamora a bath in their old house in Hillside, Florida, when Zamora fell backwards, stood up, and then fell forwards. And she had noticed Zamora had difficulty walking after that. First of all, please, people, don't let your boyfriend give your little girl a bath. No, don't do that. Their mother needs to be helping them have a bath. A trusted adult. Their dad, it's fine. A trusted dad is fine. Don't let your boyfriend give your little girl a bath. I've been married 30-something years, so if I got a new boyfriend with my granddaughter, I would trust no one. No man would I ever trust. I actually don't think I would get remarried, but if I did, I would not trust a boyfriend at all. You just can't. You can't trust anybody with the lives of your children. You just can't. Maybe it stems from my past, but I don't believe it should be occurring. I think you need to give your own child a bath. ZAYLA also noticed Zamora's lips were red and swollen, which she alleged that she believed it was from allergic reaction. But I don't know if it's burnt from the meth pipe, but it was so severe that Zamora was having trouble eating and drinking. And even though her mother knew she had all these injuries, the baby couldn't even hardly walk. She couldn't eat. She couldn't drink. She did not take Zamora to get medical care. Said she had a scheduled appointment to see the doctor on the 13th. 911 was called on the 10th. So I don't know if that was even true, but she didn't take her. She said the baby couldn't even walk anymore. When you wonder why your baby just suddenly quit walking, I mean, most mothers would think this would be a pretty severe thing. And I would say that if you were a normal mother, you would take your child to the doctor. It just seems crazy to me to think that you wouldn't. ZAYLA also advised she often changed Zamora's diaper and clothing, but she did not see any of the bruising or injuries other than the ones from the supposed fall in the bathtub. The way she said she often changed Zamora's diaper leads me to believe that the pedophile boyfriend changed Zamora's diaper most of the time. He gave her baths. He changed her diapers. To me, this is like red flag because I know, like my husband, he never wanted to change my children's diapers. He would leave that to me every chance he got. He didn't even want to bathe them. And to me, I don't know, it's just a big red flag. It just seems strange when a man, and I'm not saying some dads aren't willing to do that and want to do that, and that's normal. But for a boyfriend to want to do that, I just feel like it's weird, really weird. And she'd say after her pedophile boyfriend would change Zamora's diaper, she never saw blood on her private areas. Zamora was on life support for 9 days before her biological dad decided to pull the plug. One thing good came out of Zamora's death. Her organs were donated to save others' lives. A 6-month-old little girl received her heart, a 6-month-old little boy got her liver, and another person received her kidneys. Zamora's father, Brandon Foe, was in an accident 2 months after Zamora was born and is paralyzed and in a wheelchair. And he said that Zamora was his little miracle child and he couldn't have any more children. Brandon's mother used to watch Zamora when ZAYLA would go to work. And grandma's name's Patricia Foe. And she said at one point, ZAYLA stopped bringing Zamora over, leaving the family in the dark about the child's well-being. She kept making excuses of why that she couldn't bring Zamora over anymore. Brandon and his mother were devastated after learning by police that Zamora had suffered sexual abuse and extensive injuries throughout her body.
There were just so many people that loved her, and she's gone now because of a mother and boyfriend that it's hard to believe that they could have loved this child. I want them to be punished. I want them to know what this baby went through. They don't seem to show any type of remorse.
I broke down, like the first time I heard about it. I broke down heavy. I didn't know how to function no more. I couldn't, I didn't know how to move no more.
I have to admit, I looked at her bio, Dad, and I tried to convince myself not to judge a book by its cover. So I guess then by me saying that, I did judge him by his cover. As long as he was a good dad, if he was, that's all that matters. And I hope he was good considering the evil mom monster Zamora had in her life. To me, even if ZAYLA wasn't involved in the essay of Zamora, I don't know if she was or not, but she's just as evil as Nathaniel. She saw her baby barely able to walk, and she knew Zamora was in excruciating pain from 2 fractured femurs. I broke an arm once, and I remember the pain to this day. It was awful. I can't imagine what kind of force it would take to have broken the 2 strongest bones in this child's body and the pain she would have been in. Yet her evil mom did not even take her to the hospital. She was responsible for leaving that baby alone. She saw the bruises and she saw the injuries on that baby, yet she didn't do anything. And she kept with this nasty man in her life. She kept him there. And that is just wrong. I don't know why so many women do that. It's just wrong. Nathaniel Davis had previously been arrested January 29th on a charge of domestic battery involving actually a different 20-year-old woman. I don't know if it was his ex or what. He pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 12 months of probation. If he had went to jail from this baby may have still been alive. That's what's sad. ZAYLA Goodwin is now facing aggravated manslaughter, and Nathaniel Davis is now charged with first-degree murder, sexual battery, 2 counts, aggravated child abuse, and tampering with evidence. Like I said, this case really triggered me. It triggered me so bad because I am a Grammy of a baby a little bit younger than this. And for the grandmother to have watched the baby while she was at work, while the mom was at work, just like I do. I watch my grandbaby while her mom's at work. And that to just be taken away from her, all of a sudden, the privileges of seeing that beautiful baby every day, and then discover that this happened to her. It's just heartbreaking. And because of my past and what I've been through, this case really, really triggered me. I've discussed this before on my channel about when I was 6 years old. My parents worked nights and then they'd sleep during the day. So I'd go stay with my granny a lot during the day. And I would go to her neighbor's house. Her neighbor was an old lady too. And her neighbor would give me cookies or whatever was laying around for dessert. She liked to cook. And one day her grandson was over there. And her grandson was, I was 6 years old. He was about 19 years old. And I went over there and he invited me in. He said, Grandma's not home, but you can come in. And which I did. I was completely innocent. I was 6 years old. My mom had never told me about the birds and the bees. I knew nothing. Just a complete innocent. I didn't like boys. I didn't want nothing to do with boys. I was there for whatever desserts that the old lady had left that day. And instead, I found out that there's monsters in this world that day. I found out through this boy that bad things can happen to little girls. And this case triggered me so much because as a Grammy, I've been through that pain. I've been through the pain of sexual abuse. And I would never want my grandbaby to go through that. And this little girl was just a beautiful child. How can anybody do that to such a beautiful child? I'll never understand. I'll never get how there's such evil monsters in this world. I don't know. This case was so hard to me. And I kept putting it off and I kept putting it off. And I was like, I want to say this case because I want this little girl to receive justice. I want her story to be told. But yet it was so hard for me to tell this story. And I put it off and I put it off. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So I didn't mean to be all depressing to you guys, but I just wanted to tell you why this case was so hard for me. I just hate that children have to go through this. That little girl was tortured. That little girl was tortured before she died. I can't believe it. I do these cases all the time. Yet each case I do just breaks my heart. And I wish we lived in an innocent world. We don't, unfortunately, for these children. Anyway, I'll end it on a good note, and I'll show you my little lab asleep over here. There he is. He's asleep on my she-shed bed. And he's out. I'm surprised he's not snoring. That's Max. Simon is out chasing the four-wheelers. I don't know if I can get him on here today. A beautiful view outside. I love to look out these big windows. We actually got these big windows for free. Well, I don't think they were free. I think we paid like $20 a piece for them. But they were out of a huge mansion, and they were just going to throw them away. And so we said, hey, we'll pay you $20 a piece for those if you just let us have them. Our little she shed. Anyway, it was nice because it was out of an old mansion these windows came out of. It makes me feel fancy along with my chandelier I have in here. Let me see if I can show it. See, I have a chandelier up at the top. And I have my two big windows there. And my stairs. I don't know if I've showed y'all this, but it goes up and there's a bed up there. And I have a little bathroom right there. Yeah, I really love my little she shed. Maybe that helped us end on a happy note to show you my she shed. And yeah, I'll show you some of my paintings too. Will that make y'all happy? I'll do anything to make y'all happy after I depressed y'all so much. Tell a joke. I'll do whatever y'all want. I'll do jumping jacks. You want me to do that? You want me to show you my shirt with the little baby German shepherds? Hey, if I could give you one of these little happy pills, I would. I'm sorry it depressed you so much. Some of my cases are just so depressing. I feel like I hate leaving y'all with the depression. Like I could add something. And usually it's Simon and Max that I put on there. Simon's busy chasing four-wheelers with his daddy, so he's not going to be much entertainment. And like you see, my other one's asleep. They're just not entertaining today. Here's my painting, some of them. There is one painting, two paintings. Kind of hard to get. Got that one over there. You've seen these around here. Oh, I think my camera died. What happened? Oh, there it is. There's my little deer I painted, sunflowers I painted, my little she shed sign. And I got a bridge. Oh, bridge. I got these. This one. I got one down there. Oh, I got paintings everywhere. I got paintings down there too. I paint. Well, I used to paint all the time. I just don't have a lot of time anymore. I got this little lady over here. I got all these. Got all these over here. Yeah, I like to paint. Maybe I can leave y'all now and y'all be all cheered up. I hope. All right. I love y'all. See you next time at the Murder She Shed. Bye.